Welcome to the Big and Bold Masterclass, something that I'm so excited to take you through today. Hi Miriam, hi Tamara, Desiree, Ellie's here, Anna Maria is back, Ariane, Yannicka, Karen, Irena, Miriam, more people are coming on. So I would love to hear, before we get started, what brought you here? Was it the title of this message? Was it the email that I wrote or the message that I wrote about these words that's coming through for me around the bigness, the boldness? What was it for you that brought you here today to watch it live and also to watch it the replay? You're inspiring. Hanging out with you is always fun, so that's my main reason. Anything that helps in going big is welcome. Need to get out in the wild world. Okay. It was our meetup on Tuesday and the realization that I've been stuck in fear of making my own big money. I realized I've been stuck here forever. Oof, yeah. And I'm so proud of you, Karen, for seeing it and coming into the space and saying, let me meet myself in this, because I know that this is no longer part of me, like a part of me that is getting away, leaving. Oh, good stuff. Okay, what else? What else? Let me hear you before we get started. I want to hear. I like you to really take this as an inspiration for you to find what is landing for you in what I'm sharing, because all of you will get something from this. All of you will come out with your internal understanding of, first of all, what brought you here, and secondly, what you needed to hear today. I'll share you stories, I'll share my reflections on this topic, and also I'll do my best to let you also hear yourself in this. This is my intention. Underlying issue that I think we're all trying to deal with. Yes, Ariane. Anna Maria, also ready to go out there and spreading my message of unconditional love. That's wonderful. This is changing, gives me goosebumps. Thank you for hearing me and creating this masterclass. This is how I create. I create from hearing you and then hearing myself and seeing what is alive in us right now as a collective. How can we all grow from this conversation? I follow my intuition. There's always something to learn. Beautiful. So let me share a bit with you about my approach to bigness and boldness. And if you know me, you know that I have this bigness energy naturally. Maybe you've met me for the first time when you're hearing this, or maybe you've been with me for months, maybe you're a client of ours, maybe you're new to our community. No matter where you come from, both me and Barack are big visionaries. We are both having this really big energy of everything is possible. Like sometimes I see myself as a cat that doesn't know the difference between the outside and the inside. And I even had a healer or a medium sharing with me that I took the Maslow's hierarchy of needs upside down. Like you have no sense of safety and security as a need. You just have like, okay, let's go there, and then we'll figure out the food and this housing and the shelter on the way. She's like, you need to get down to earth and meet the people who actually need the safety and security. So I'm kind of like, I'm going from this very big energy naturally, and then I'm bringing it down to like, oh wait, we need to also talk about this, the human experience. So in a sense, this energy has been with me since I started my first business. I started working for my mentor when I was 17, and I opened my first company when I was 21. So for me, it has been a natural process of always going for my dreams, my goals, and living a life of bigness and boldness. And what I see is that many times the ideal buyers who are my ideal buyer, the person who's I'm working with and that it comes to our programs, has that energy, because otherwise you would not be here. Otherwise, this energy would more freak you out and say like, well, no, wait a second. I don't want something big and bold. I don't want to make massive amount of monies. I don't want to have massive amount of freedoms. I'll talk more about that in a second. I don't want to have this big impact. I actually just want to be more chill. relaxed. Like I'm in retirement right now where I'm like slowing down. Usually the people coming into our world, they have this like, yes, let's do a TEDx, let's make millions, let's go big. There is this energy. Can you just share in the chat if you can relate to this like activation of like, I know that that's where I belong, not for others, but for myself. Like my soul really wants to really expand into something that doesn't make any sense, any logical sense for my human body. Like, where are we going? What is it we're gonna do? And for me, the people who I connect with, that I mentor, that I support, and are the ones who want it all. Like there is this question of limitlessness. Barak talks about this unlimited potential, like limitlessness in the sense of if I can have it all, why would I not? It doesn't come from a place like I need it to survive or to live, but I actually want it. And just that realization that I want it all. I want to have unlimited amount of money and wealth for me and my family. I want to have unlimited freedom and I want to have unlimited impact. Like I really want to see where I can take myself. Like how far can I take this in this lifetime? Like, oh, if we play with this reality, can I do that? Can I trust that? And this is how I've been leading myself to playing, to be honestly playing in life, in business, and in a sense, exploring this reality. So it really is more life philosophy more than anything. When someone comes to me and they say, oh, I want to make more money, I want to have a bigger impact, I want to have more freedom, I always look at where it comes from. Because for me, it comes from play, really playing reality. It's like a life philosophy. A life philosophy of my life is here to be explored, to be experienced, I'm here because I'm lucky to be born in this reality where I can do anything I want. I'm living in an era, and all of you, you are living in an era where you can work from anywhere. You can literally just go and fly. We talked about that with Barak. We said, should we go to Thailand next month? Like, it's just a question of like playing with that reality. That's what I want for you as well. And maybe I'm already triggering you right now, talking about like, oh my God, like that's the thing. This is an activation at the same time. Like we're talking about, see where you're meeting yourself in this conversation. So if we look at it, for me, the life philosophy is that I am here to live life with limitlessness in full abundance. Like money is here for me to be resourceful and playful and experience and create everything I see, service, contribution, love, but also for myself. I'm here to experience abundance. I'm here to experience freedom. And I'm here to experience impact for others, love for others in the way I contribute to them. Those three this is my life philosophy. I believe that that is true. And I believe that since I was a little kid, when I was growing up in Russia, when I was 7, I remember I had this feeling of being a lucky girl. Like I'm lucky to be born into this life, into this. I have so much privilege, and all of us, we do. Being in this space, being able to work online, having our own business, we have the privilege. And privilege is it's another word for like an opportunity, a chance to be born into these bodies that allows us to experience this reality. And when it comes to that, the only person, and you already know that, but I will keep repeating it until it lands, is that the only person who's stopping yourself from living a life with that life philosophy is you. No one else. Because the question is not about taking more money or getting more impact or getting more freedom. The energy is the opposite. The energy is allowance. The allowance of more money, the allowance of more freedom, the allowance of more impact. It's already there. in you. And if it comes from the right space, and that's what we're going to talk about today, it comes from a place of I want to live a life of limitlessness because I nourish and love this life. I honor this life. It comes from a place of I'm so grateful, appreciative that I got the chance to live this reality. So therefore, I'll play with it. Thank you, life, wherever you believe in. Thank you, life, for giving me this body, this life, this experience, this human experience, so I can enjoy it. So I have the permission to love and play and be happy. This is the space we want to talk about. Because the other one, where it gets messed up, is this I deserve it. I deserve more money. I worked so hard. I deserve to be happy. I work so hard. I deserve to be free. It's like this energy of I don't have enough. I'm in lack. So therefore, I should have more because I deserve it. And that energy never works. Because if you come to that space with I want more money because I don't have enough, because I need to have more, because I deserve, my clients should pay me more because I deserve it. Well, it's not living big and bold because you're not honoring the life that has already given you everything. It doesn't come from a full cup of overflow, it comes from a lack. If you go to say, I deserve freedom, I don't have freedom, and you get this angry, resentment feeling, it's not going to create more of that. And for sure, impact wise, if you come, and I worked with many speakers who came to me for TEDx support, getting on like TEDx like stages or their dream stages, or getting on like really going for their big dreams. And when it came from this, I deserve to be on stage, I've been working so hard to get here, I could not work with them. I changed the program name of my program just to not do this type of work because it was not my ideal buyer. Because my ideal buyer is from overflow. It's the person who says, I have so many dreams and I want to create so much in this world that I want to be able to have the resources to create a retreat center, to serve people, to hire a team, to hire my mentor, to be able to work with people. I want to, like, I'm in so much overflow that there is so much in me to live and feel and experience that. Oh, and that is the people that I want to support with impact. Like I want to be on stage because I have like it's flowing out of me. I don't know what to do with all of it because there's so much that wants to come through for you and for me because I love you. So the freedom, the money, the freedom, the impact, how we see it as freedom comes in three: the money, the freedom, the impact. Let's talk about those three for a second so you can also clean up. My intention is that you clean up the energy around those topics so it is clear that this doesn't come from lack, it comes from full overflow. The money, the full the freedom of money comes from a place of believing that it's all already there for you and that it is safe. Mostly that money is safe to have, to earn, and to hold. That's the first thing. Many times that allowance of you allowing money to come into your life, it has nothing to do with you not having the right clients or they are not paying me enough or I'm attracting these clients who are not the right ones. Because ask yourself this question, if you actually would have a client coming to you who can pay you all this money, would you be able to say that I can hold you, I can be with you, and I can work with you? We all say, I want to work with high level people, I want to work with high profile clients, I want to work with leaders. And then when they come, we say, oh my God, I'm not ready for you. I'm not good enough. I cannot do this. And then we say, let me work with the beginners because I feel better with them. I remember having one of my first really high profile clients. coming to work with me, and she came and she was so direct, and she was growing her business so fast, and she was so clear in her leadership. And she told me, Daria, I have seen the vision of me on stage. I want to work with you. And I want this, 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 and this. And she was so direct, and I was so scared that I would not be good enough for her. I was so scared to take her on as a client, a VIP client, because she was so successful, so perfect in my eyes. And I had to sit with myself and tell myself that yes, I'm charging her far more than my group program because my VIP work. And she came to me because she's ready for this work. And I'm attracting this because I'm ready for it. Everything I got, I'm already ready for it. I'm already enough in the way I am. I can meet her because she's coming to me. This opportunity is coming to me. So therefore, I'm a match for this opportunity. I'm a match for this work. I'm a match for being her mentor. And I have to trust that I have everything in me to serve her at a higher level. And I have to trust that she sees something in me that she knows confidently that I can serve on. And I took her on, trusting myself that I am enough for her. And that collaboration was incredible. I got her on international stages. We worked really well together. We became really good friends. We became business partners, strategic partners. We worked together really closely after that year. And I was almost on the edge of not saying yes to her because I didn't feel good enough. And many times that's what happens. We have those high profile clients who say, okay, I want to charge 10,000, I want to charge 20,000, I want to charge this higher pricing. But then when they come, you run away because it's so scary. So money and ideal buyers, that's one thing. But then comes the other question of, oh, I want to make 10K, I want to make 20K, la la la, like those numbers we hear all the time. We see it out in the space. And we actually, when we start making those money, we freak out. I had this client a couple of years ago. She was incredible. She came to me, and she was working, like she was really experienced in recruitment, had 15 years of recruitment experience, and she told me that she wants to open her own company. So she started at 35 euros per hour, very, very small. And she was so afraid to charge more. I call it the snuggle blanket. Like I had to work with her of getting the snuggle blanket out of her hands of undercharging. And finally we got to a point where she said, okay, I have an offer. I start to see my value of this, what I'm doing. I can charge 1,500. That was like the crazy price for her. And I helped her with the strategy of how to reach out, how to position herself and all of that. And after like 2 weeks of us working with this new offer, she started to have a lot of people reaching out to her about that. And she just wrote in the group, hey guys, I just had this first one-on-one client signing up for 1.5. It's crazy. And then she was quite happy, like, wow, I didn't see this coming. And then in 2, 3 days later, she's like, hey guys, you know what? It happened again. Another person signed up for one-on-one with me. And then she's like, okay, this is working. And I see that her eyes are changing, how she feels about it is changing already. It's like, wow, okay, this can work. The following week, she had 4 more people signing up for that same offer. And then every time I see her, instead of being happier, she looked more surprised, shocked. In the beginning, she just started to cry. And the third time she was sharing with us in the group, she said, guys, I'm not understanding this. Like, what's going on? Around sale number 4, when she made 6,000, she was now earning more than her parents, who were actually working as psychologists with 5 years of diploma. She was making more than them in their salary. So now she started to freak out. I'm making more money than my parents, and I have no diploma for this. And then she's freaking out about what's going on. And then she continued. The next time I see her, she's sitting on a yoga mat and she's just holding her ground of like, I'm just made 7.5 in my business from home, from online space. I'm traveling the world. I'm making more money than my parents. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, she's just freaking out. Sale number 6, she said, okay, I'm gonna start meditating. Like, I need to ground myself. Around that time, she was going through the upper identity, the upper limit of what she could even imagine. In that month, she crossed the 10K, which happens very often in my space when I work with someone, and when especially around pricing, she crossed the 10K, and then everything had to change. Like that up leveling. This is why it's so important to have a mentor when works with you on those up leveling, because you want those numbers, but things will come up for you. You say you want more money, you want to go bigger with your money income. Yeah, but what's going to come up? And being able to be held in that space by your mentors, by your community. This is why we do this work together in our programs, because it's not something that you do alone. Otherwise, you will start self-sabotaging. You will get back into like, I don't want to make that type of money. So she had to clear up her belief that I'm making more money than my parents, but they will still love me. I am deserving of this even when I travel the world. She's nomadic. I don't need to hustle for money like the last 15 years I've been working for a corporate per hourly sessions. I don't need to do that anymore. So who can I become now? And she had to really question her identity, because that's going to happen. When you step into that identity, you will ask yourself, who am I becoming now that I don't have to worry so much anymore? I don't need to live in this survival anymore. And in her case, I met her last year in Thailand. We were spending some time together. She has now group programs. She has now people working for her. She's charging, I think, 3.5 for her group program. Like, her company and her life has completely changed. She goes to tantra retreats. She goes to different events. She's working out. She has personal trainers. Like, she's living another lifestyle. But she had to accept that she is going to change. That was the most important thing for her to understand, that she will not be able to be this person of the struggling entrepreneur anymore. She had to let go of the hard worker. She had to let go of those beliefs. And that's going to happen for you, because you might be afraid of all of this consciously, or sometimes it's subconsciously. And when we work together, we work on that. Another thing that might happen will be that your friends, and it's a question of belonging, you might feel like my friends will not love me anymore if I make more money, because our common conversation is that we don't have enough, which is kind of the collective conversation we hear quite often. So if you change that for yourself and you're not connected to have those conversations anymore, well, you don't have so much to talk about with your friends if they are in this mindset. And it happened to me when I was starting to make my first six-figure year. What I actually had a really great friend that I was working with, an energy healer, a really good friend. We spent so much time together building our businesses. And I took off and he didn't. I took off and I bought a car cash, a red car cash that year, because I wanted to have a car and travel. And when he met me, he was so mean and so angry. And he said, you changed. You're not the same anymore. You're making more money. I cannot be with you anymore. And he was conscious enough to tell me that he understands that his triggers are acting up. So it ended with peace. But losing a friend because he could not love me with all the triggers that he had with finances was a really tough one. And it might happen. The same with family. If you come from a background where, no, I used to hear, oh, we are not millionaires. Maybe you've heard that. Oh, you're living a millionaire lifestyle right now. And like this non-acceptance of abundance in their life. There's a whole conversation we can have about it. But loving them for not being able to be there with you and loving them for where they are, it's such an important part of this journey of accepting that you're not reliving the same type of realities around abundance and allowance. So I would love to hear, how is this landing for you? In what areas do you see that you are blocking money when it comes to allowing for more to enter your life? Is it from a place of, can I really be this professional and what is expected from me? Like I experienced with my VIP client. Is it more like for our client Julie, who had this growth beyond her parents, beyond anyone? She was one of the first in her family going for this bigger growth. Or perhaps you're afraid to not having a feeling of belonging and feeling that you don't belong in your group anymore of friends or family, that you are the outsider, that you're the black sheep, that you're different, and feeling that I will be alone. People will not understand what it means to not talk about this conversation. Feel into this. Which one is you? Or perhaps there's something else, because the more you can bring it to the conscious, the more you can understand the patterns that you're repeating while you're saying one thing and you're doing something else. I'm used to working long hours, grinding, and who am I to help people? Will I manage more money? Will it still be not be in financial struggle? Yeah. Anna Maria, it's so true. The story about being afraid that it's going to be more hard work. And if I'm working so hard right now, what will it mean to have 100 clients, having a big team? I don't want to work harder. I cannot work harder. I'm already on burnout. What will happen when that happens, right? That is also believed to link hard work to money. Miriam is saying, I think that I will never do enough as my husband do, so I think why to start anyway. Mm. So the feeling of that vision is so far away that I will never be able to reach it. That it feels so far away that it doesn't feel like, how can I even walk that path? I'm more afraid to not be good enough. I overflow with ideas, but find it hard to go on halfway. Leonie, we're going to talk about how to bring it down today. Karen is sharing, what you're sharing is really hitting me. I realize I have many beliefs to let go of, that I always earn less than others, that I'm not someone who earns big money. I'm not motivated by money because my purpose, calling doesn't allow for money. Tamara, a lot of people have been telling that I'm going to have immense success in my work very soon. I've heard it for years. Working with you is the first time it feels that I'm on the right track. It will indeed happen soon. Beautiful. And I think, Tamara, feeling to that visual, it has to do with safety, feeling safe too. For me, safety and money is a big thing. Safety and success, feeling that I can be held through anything in this because there's going to be ups and downs, and we can do this together in love and compassion. Mm. Yeah, beautiful. So the second thing I want to talk about is freedom of time. You can have freedom of money, but then freedom of time. And time is, I think, our biggest gift in this lifetime. Time is something that the quality of our time, how we spend our time. If you want to be free, then time is going to be the criteria that will change the quality of your life. Many years ago, I went to A Fest in Mind Valley, and I met this woman who was really great consultant. She was having a multiple six-figure business. She was earning, I don't remember if it was 250 or 350 thousand per year just with her one-on-one consulting. The problem that she faced was that she was having the money, but she did not have the time. When I met her, she was stuck in a golden cage of working every day and not being able to stop because she had created a dependency between her and her clients of a company where she cannot step out for a second without losing money. And when you're earning 250, 350, 500,000 in the business, and it's all because you're giving sessions, it can be that you're giving VIP coaching or premium packages, it doesn't matter. When you live in that way, you are creating a golden cage. So you will have the money, but you will not have the time. And I want to talk about this because being big and bold is also now to choose with your heart and your soul and your commitment to create a self-managed company. To create, we talked about having it all, having the money and the freedom and the impact. If you want the three, you need to start building a business that is self-managed, which doesn't mean that it's passive income. People mix up passive income and self-managed. Passive income comes when you have a team who is able to create online courses, marketing ads. It's a whole production to have a passive income business online. You can have real estate and other things, of course, but it still is work. It is not passive. So having a self-managed business like we create here in Mind Artist, as you know, Barak is very intentional that you have a business that can run without you. And I have learned so much from him. I've been building a business for 16 years. I'm still a student of Barak. So seriously, every day I have to remember how much I am used to create more manual work for myself because it is in my routines, my practice, how I build my business. I am unlearning as you are unlearning this. The question I want you to ask is this really self-managed? Can I step out of this business for 1 month and nothing will change, will only get better? Or am I still dependent? And it might take some time. We are always in the process ourselves to create that. We are not done. At every level, there is more to clear up. But when you have an incredible team that you can trust, when you have incredible clients who are leading themselves and they're responsible, and when you have an incredible system, tech solution, and all the tools that we give to our clients, then you can start going that direction. It's such an important part of creating a company where you can be free and a lifestyle where you can be free, letting go of anything that is stopping you from that. And last but not least is the freedom of actually being free with your impact. To be able to be free, saying that I don't need to work that hard. I can do the impact that I want while I'm enjoying the process. Many times when we start to build a really big company, we are going so fast. We say, I'm going to hit the 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures. I'm going to go there. Da, 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 da. And that energy is so heavy for you and for others. The goal is not to get to the end. The goal of living a big and bold life is allowance and permission. Permission to change your mind, permission to do wherever you want in every moment while living and holding that big vision. One of the most surprising things that I give to our clients is permission. I had a conversation when one client that was working really hard, she was going through a divorce, she was going through a hard time in her business, she was really going through an up leveling in her identity. And I told her, Stephanie, it's Wednesday afternoon. What did you used to do before you started this business on Wednesdays when you did not work? And she told me, I used to go to the ocean and go for walks. And I said, so Stephanie, and this woman, she's 55 years old. Why don't you go to the beach this afternoon? She has 4 kids. She has a business. She has she has everything. She's a grown-up woman. And I ask her, who is about to give you permission to go to the beach this afternoon? Is it me or is it you? I said, wow, that's true. I don't give myself the permission to go to the beach this afternoon because I'm working on my business. Being big and bold is about going to the beach and being completely free to say that to this afternoon I'm going to the beach. I'm going to be spending my time with myself. I'm going on this trip. I'm going to do this and that because I just feel that this is what my soul wants right now. That's boldness for me. To be able to say to everyone, I'm not going to fall into your ideas of working harder because it's Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. I'm going to recreate my corporate life right now. I'm going to work with my energy. And right now, I need to go to the beach and I'm going to need to be with myself. And that's it. Just because that's what's true to me. And then she told me, Daria, you gave me permission to go to the beach. I said, Stephanie, you're a grown up woman, 55 years old with 4 kids. You gave yourself the permission. Our question is, why did you wait that long to give yourself that permission? I used to teach a leadership program for women, and one of the sessions was about this specifically. And an exercise I gave them was go and have breakfast twice today. And the women were just giggling, like, do you mean I can have breakfast for lunch? So yes, you can have breakfast for lunch. And then they sent me photos and said, I had pancakes twice today. And they were giggling. I said, this is what you can do every day of your life. You don't need to be in the model with me to give yourself the permission to eat pancakes the whole day if you want to. You can be in pajama. Like, that's the thing. You see where I'm going with this? Being bold is not about, oh, I'm gonna be this luxurious. Like, we build this vision that on Instagram and social media that for me to be like premium, big and bold, I need to wear the fancy clothes. I need to do these fancy things. Me, for me, being big and bold is to be the artistic self that is coming. Like, this is what I am right now in this moment. I'm going here, I'm going there. No, I changed my mind. I'm going there. I'm creating, and I'm in this energy that there's like excitement. This is why I can be so energetic because I am giving myself the permission to just do things that doesn't make sense for others. Our lifestyle does not make sense for most people. The way me and Barack live, the way we just take our car and just now we are in England, now we're gonna be in Thailand next month. Like we just play with reality. Where do we want to be now? What do we want to do? Oh, let's do a masterclass about this. I gave myself the permission to do this because I heard Karen talk about it on Tuesday and said we need all of this message. Let's do like that permission of just be, just do. Okay, now I want to do that. I'm not questioning. Being bold is more about that than just like, okay, I'm gonna charge the highest price, I'm gonna go to this place. That also, being bold is going to a place and say that I belong there. When Carmel, Barack's brother, started to work for us, I told him, let's just play this game. I wired him 100 euros. And I told him, this week you work from the most fancy co-working hotels in your city. And I want you to dress up and I want you to go there and just go and feel that you belong, because he used to work in this socialistic liberal co-working cafe around his corner. I said, go and play, go and be in that place, and tomorrow you can go there, but that you know that you can play with all the realities. Boldness means, what if I go there? What if I do that? What does this give you? That's this realization, this permission of, in your life, in your work, create as an artist. As an artist, mind artist is creative artist. You're closer to Lady Gaga and Beyonce and Michael Jackson than to a business owner having a shop in your local town because you're an artist. Artists don't create in the logical way. We have the systems to hold us. Yeah, we have the system, we have the structure, but you are here to give yourself the permission to be bold with following through on your intuitions and actions. Okay, I want to make money. I don't know why. Let's go. I want to have more freedom. I don't want to lie. I want to live my relationship in this way. Okay, I want to do that. I want to experience that. Like wherever. Go. The only person who is stopping yourself is for this to happen is yourself. The allowance, the permission of going, joining a program that you want to be part of, working with a mentor, just because you want to. Just because you desire to. I love when clients come to us and say, I don't know why, like I am, I know I'm free and I'm full of experience and I know I can do this, but I don't want to do this alone. I want to do it together with you. I want to do it together with Barack because it feels better. It feels more fun. I'm having more fun with the community. Why not? I allow myself the privilege, the joy, the luxury of enjoying my journey as an entrepreneur because I don't want to be a struggling solopreneur sitting alone in my living room and feeling like I'm staring at my screen because I have to work hard because I left my corporate and I need to work really hard right now because I need to deserve this money and freedom that I'm creating for myself and passive income. That sounds really boring. uh, so tell me, what do you need to give yourself permission to do? What do you need to allow to happen right now? What is the bold move you need to take that makes no sense just for you? Maybe it's firing a client because you really don't enjoy working with them. Maybe it is actually charging what you want. Maybe it is joining a journey that you've been telling yourself, like, when I'm good enough, I'm gonna do that. Maybe it is to finally give yourself a break, long weekend, just go away with yourself. Maybe it's eating pancakes the whole day. I'm in a pancake obsession today, apparently. There's something about charging more that I feel I'm abandoning the people who don't have enough money. And that's also belief. There's a lot we can talk about money, but to briefly talk about that. If you are charging more, in my experience, you can be more generous. There are people who are ready to pay you more, and there are people who are ready to pay you less. It will not show the difference. The quality of your work will not change. The quality of my work and Barack's work does not change in our free masterclasses or our free trainings from our programs. The difference is that I can be more in with you. I can coach you more one on in the sessions. Our team can work with you. In the community, we go through a process. That is a difference, but the quality of the work is not this. The difference is that we give you the systems, we give you the tech, we give you the team, we help you with everything. We are with our team. We work as a team. And when I teach, when I speak, when I write, it's the same level of the quality is the same of my work. The intention is the same. I'm not holding back anything. When we talk about, we'll talk about stories, but I also want to bring to your awareness already the stories that you're telling the self why you cannot give yourself the permission. Because you're those justification and stories why you cannot be, oh, that sounds great, but not me. Are they not stories? Because if you look at it, it's a story to say that I cannot charge more because I will leave people behind. Because if we would look at it from the other side, we know deep inside that if I charge more and I have more money, I will probably create a retreat center, or I'll give scholarships, or I will hire people, or I will do like it is also. I'm not telling you it's not true, but question that story. Is it not hiding behind others and not looking at ourselves and saying, actually, I'm not giving myself the permission to step into my real power? I rather say it's their fault that I'm not doing it. Because when you earn more money, from my experience, you can give back more and more. Having a team of 6 people that we can support with their families, to be able to hire Barack's brother, who's incredible, incredible soul, and be able to have him working with us, supporting you. It's a privilege that money allows. To be able to have a team that can support more than 150 clients for us and give that amazing support that no programs is giving that I've heard of. of daily support of ads, tech, giving you the system for free for the first, when you start the program, to be able to give all of that. Is it not that a way to serve? To be able to give free masterclasses, to be able to go and mentor and do, I do a lot of mentorship and speaking and for universities and organizations. Why? Because I can. It comes from overflow. So that story that we are saying about, I need to save them and I need to give from little amount that I have. What if you can do both? What if you can serve the people who can actually pay you money, and that will give back and create a social impact business where you can give scholarship and find ways, because you will find, Tamara, you will find the ways to give back, not by keeping yourself away from allowing money to come in so you can actually resource all of that, because that's the story. And social financial constraints. Yes, I have fired clients when I had no money. I have fired, like, the question is, how much is it safety versus comfort? Yes, there is moment when me firing a client, and actually a couple of months ago, I ended the program that cost our company thousands, 10,000s of euros, because it was not in my integrity to keep going. And that was so scary. And it put a lot of financial pressure on me and the team and the company, but it has to be happen because it wasn't pure. It was not the right direction. So I'd rather go into the discomfort of saying, I'm not going to take that money because it's not going to serve the deeper, higher purpose of where we're going with this. And that happens with high ticket clients. I stopped high ticket working with me. The last client paid me 20,000 to work with me. I stopped it. I have no one-on-one as we speak. I might start again when I feel it, but not yet. Why? Because my purpose was not to have quick money, and I was not able to serve her at the level that I wanted because I was so focused on the group and the team. And I knew that's where I need to go, even if I will earn less money in this moment, but to serve the group and serve our team and serve our clients. I had to. So those choices are not always easy, but you have to do them if you want to stay aligned. So financial constraints, if it's really a situation where you cannot, if it will be really putting you into danger, of course. But then the question is, how do you get out of that? Is that you are undercharging? Is that what's going on? So we can get out of that loop with consciousness. So we don't just keep going, but we see at it and we step back and we find the path to say, ooh, I'm doing something here that is repeating this loop. So how do I break the loop? So yes, there are moments when you cannot do it, but there are also moments when you're just not comfortable. And I'm talking about those moments. I'm talking about the moment when it's not comfortable to quit your job, or it's not comfortable to fire a client, or it's not comfortable to not take on projects just because you could make more money in the short term, but in the long term, it will serve you. I'm talking about that because I want for you to really look at the stories you're telling yourself. And I'm a bit rough here, and tough love. The stories you're telling yourself why you cannot do it. If it's true, check in with yourself if it's true, but also ask yourself if it's not the story that has been serving you for not doing that. What's landing for you in this specific part of the conversation? And I know that this can be interpreted with not seeing what's really going on, but honestly, I am speaking, if you listen to what I'm saying, is that there are moments when that is a truth, but there are also moments when we fall into stories, why we do things, that does not give us permission to step into this bigness and boldness. So look at those right now and see, well, I cannot because da da da, and then look at what comes up, and then ask yourself, is this really true? Is this gonna put me in danger, or is it just not really comfortable right now? And can I live with the discomfort, knowing that it will serve the higher vision in the future for where I'm going? I want to hear in the chat what you are taking away. Okay. Share in the chat. What's the story that you want to break? We can choose our stories so we can change them if it's a story that's getting in the way. I love the question, is it true? That's so helpful to challenge and create change. Yeah. What is the story? The story that I hear so often around money is that, what if they cannot pay? I want to serve everyone. And that's a huge shift for many of our clients, to realizing that you can give back in so many ways when you stop undercharging. You will have more time, more team. I've been letting my fear take over this big vision. I want to let go of all of that and work towards my vision. Anna Maria, you're in the right space and you're back, and this is what we're doing. Now is the time. Salima, there's something that is causing me to not get more clients. I really don't know what it is. I don't feel blocked. I believe in what I do. I'm charging a good price and reasonable, but still no buyer. I'd love to help with this, as I don't know. Yeah. So I think in this sense, Salima, I think, and this is gonna be my conversation about in a second, is how, and I'm gonna be very loving, see where the ego comes in, stopping it. We'll talk about the ego in a second, but how is the identity that you're holding on to stopping you from receiving the deeper changes? Not on the technical level, which we already do, but on the deeper level. I will talk about in a second. This is gonna be for you. Okay. So how do we get to this energy? I talked about money, time, and freedom, and really question around those areas for yourself. Journal on this, re-listen to this replay. You will have this for, if you're a member of ours, you have it as part of the program in the course area, and otherwise you have a replay for a week for the ones who are in our community. But do re-listen, because you will hear new things that you didn't hear the first time. Many times I re-listen to something even months after, just to be able to hear what I'm able to hear in that moment. So how do we keep the energy? The trifecta is the vision, the roadmap, and the being. They have to work together to be able to live a life that is in your boldness and your bigness. Starts with the vision. Vision is where you're going to go. That is your inner compass. We're going to talk about how to create it in a second. The roadmap is the path forward in a daily, day-to-day basis. And the being is the pace of your doing. Vision is the inner compass, the road, like that's where you're going. Roadmap is the path, the doing, and the being is deciding how fast you go. You have to work with the three of them at the same time, all the time. When you have a vision, you always know where you're going. If you don't have a vision, this is when you become dependent on others telling you answers, anything from your coach, your trainer, your mentor, your friends. you're changing strategies in your business all the time. Can you relate to this? Like, oh, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. That comes from not having a vision. When you fall into I don't know what to do, it's because the vision is not strong enough when you get stuck. Can you relate to this? That you get into this sometimes? And I myself know that when my vision is not clear, this is when I need to reconnect to that, because then I am not clear. If I don't have clarity of where I'm going, what I want to create, what I want to do with my life, that's because I don't have my vision. Now the roadmap, you don't have a roadmap. This is when you start testing things out that don't make sense. You're testing a lot of things and you're changing and you're a bit frenetic in your energy. You're like, okay, let me do that. Let me do that. Let me do that. I'm not sure. I don't know. And then the being is usually the one that suffers the most. If you're pushing your being, you end up doing things that are just self-sabotage patterns, really, in your business, in your life. You're starting to do things that make sense. Like you're doing things that feels like you're doing something, but your being is not on board. So it feels off. People cannot feel you. So you're working much harder than you want. So you need to align all the three all the time. The vision is the first one. Having a really strong vision. And for you, what that means is to connect to every area of your life and that deeper, higher self, and how you see yourself in your health, how you see yourself in your relationship and love, if you have a partner or if you're calling in the partner, how you are with your kids, with your future kids, with your family, how you are with your impact, how you are with wealth, how you are with your home, how you are with your adventures and growth, how you are with every area of your life. The topics that I look at every day are those. What's my vision for my health? My spiritual health, my physical health. I want to feel healthy, happy. I want to wake up in the morning. I want to work out every day. I want to eat good food. I want to be loving with my partner. I want to build a home, a family. I want to be able to have the impact that I really want to create in the world. I want to be able to give to my family. I really care about family, to be able to support our Barak's family and our family and to live a beautiful life. I want to be able to learn new things and grow. I want to have a beautiful community of friends that I love. I want to have all the money to create all the projects I want. I want to be free financially for myself and generations ahead, the generations before me. I want to be able to have beautiful homes and invest in retreat centers. All of that. Every morning, almost every morning, I script about this. Those 7 areas that I talked about. Every morning when I wake up, that's my intention. That's also a vision I have. It doesn't always happen, but most mornings I do. I sit and I write 3 pages of those 7 areas. I write them out in my journal and then I look at them and say, I start with writing, I am so happy because this happened. I'm living this reality and I'm writing it every morning. Those things that they already exist. And this summer, Barak's brother started to work with us. And it was so beautiful because he was working out with us. He was eating really healthy food. He was learning, studying, and it was such a joy for me to see him grow because he's an incredible soul and he's so smart and he has so much potential. I'm having tears because it really means a lot to me. And he asked me, Daria, I'm so shocked. Like, I have never lived a life like this. I never lived like I didn't even know it was possible. Did you know? Did you know that this would be happening for me? And I told him, yeah, I've been scripting about it every morning. And that's the thing. You have to hold the vision until it happens. When we brought Barak's mom and my mom and his brother to Thailand, and we were able to pay for his ticket, and we were able to pay for bungalows for all of them for a week. and have them all together and spend a month with us and show them around and create incredible experience. It was the first time Barak, his mom, and his brother were abroad together as adults. That I had the vision for it. And I want you to hold the vision for the things that you really want to create, knowing that this is where you're going. It doesn't mean that if it doesn't happen right now, that it's not true, because it is true. The vision is the path. So if you are dreaming about having a home and you're not living in the home that you really want to live in right now, hold the vision stronger than ever. If you want to have incredible clients who are nice and kind to you and your team, then write about it in the morning. If you want to have incredible health, write about it every morning. I'm gonna have amazing day today. I had so much fun yesterday, like really living that and see what's coming up, which is holding you back from allowing that to happen. Because you are the one, your body will tell you where there's a block of allowance. And when you do that, then you can start writing the roadmap. Because when you see it, then you can say it to your mentors, to your friends, to your family. We talk about vision with Barak almost every day. What's the vision for this area of our life? What's the vision for this area of our life? And then we go and do it. Because the vision, the problem with manifestation gurus is that you might say, I have all the vision. I spoke with a member who joined us last week, a new client, and she said, yeah, I've been clearing up on the inner child stuff. And I said, great. Have you done any action? Have you worked with the business coach? Did you get any support for your sales and marketing? No, but I've been clearing up a lot. I said, great, but let's take action. You need to actually take action. The roadmap. How do you do this? Okay, now I see it. Like, for instance, I want to be able to sing really well. And I've been wanting for 2, 3 years and I'm struggling. I'm not getting it to work yet. But I don't give up. I took teachers and I asked Barak, please record something for me the last days we've been practicing. And it is not there. But I'm not gonna judge it. I'm gonna keep going until I'm gonna sing on the stage with him and do it together. Even if it takes me 5 more years and him being like, oh my God, but that's gonna be okay. I am doing 75 hard for more than 75 days. If you know what that is, it's a 75 days of working out twice a day and drinking no alcohol and having a really strict diet and reading 10 pages every day and the photo. Like there are a couple of things you need to do. It's a mental discipline thing. And we've been traveling so much. And there have been days when I did my second workout at 1 a.m. and there were days that I didn't manage. So I've been starting over the 75 hard many times. Does it matter? No, because my vision is that I'm working out every day. I don't drink alcohol. I eat well and I take care of my body. It doesn't matter how many times I will start over because I know my vision. What areas you are working on is really dependent on the vision. And then, of course, I will not do it alone. I will learn from the people who have done it before me. If I want to sing, I take a singing teacher. If I want to improve my storytelling, I have an actor in South Africa that trains me in acting to improve my storytelling. I could not do it because people say, but you already do stories. You've been speaking for 16 years. Well, I don't see my vision for myself is higher than where I am now. It's not for you, it's for me. I want to be exceptional at storytelling like an actor. I want to be exceptional with my health. I want to be exceptional with my speaking. I'm wanting to I want to study English. People tell me, but you've been speaking English all your life. I said, yeah, but I'm not at the level where my words, everything that I feel inside me, I cannot express it yet. So I want to study for myself. I want to invest in people teaching me stuff that I don't know yet because I see myself at masterful level. I see you. So being big and bold is also saying, what's my vision? How I'm going to act and step into that. So When we want to learn, the only way to do it is to model from people who've done it. So really taking mentors, teachings like with us, without us, if you don't have a business coach for your business, if you don't have someone supporting you, your sales and marketing, with the excuse that I don't have money, well, you didn't even ask how much it costs, then we have a problem because you're not even allowing yourself to play. When we went to Tony Robbins, I told Barack, let's go and listen to the like the highest tier of Tony Robbins, what that would mean. Let's sit there. There was 13,000 people in the audience. There was maybe 300 who stayed. But I would sit there and listen, no matter what number he will say, because I just want to already feel how it feels for us to be in that room and belong, and to not more than belong, but yeah, to connect with people who are at the level of mindset that I play. Do you even have the courage to ask for the price, or are you already saying that you cannot afford? Are you trying to play with yourself of, I'm going to be struggling entrepreneur because that identity is working for me? Or is your vision to actually have support? If you're saying, I want to have a team, I want to have the systems, I want to have an easy business, and everything you're doing is stopping that from actually happening because you don't allow a team to support you, don't allow a mentor to support you, don't allow coaching to happen, you don't allow the systems to happen, you don't even ask about the price because you're afraid what will actually happen if you succeed. You're actually afraid that they are going to be very good with you and actually help you. Well, I worked with coaches before who didn't work, but something in you knows that this is different, and yet you're stopping it because you're afraid of also succeed. Are you following me here? So the roadmap is becoming really good at getting help from people who've done it before you, especially in business. I don't know what it is about business. Everyone wants to have a 6 and 7 figure business. Yet we think by posting on social media and not having any support that we're going to get there. And then we wonder why we are tired and it's not working. You went to school to study things. You are studying your yoga teacher trainings, your coaching certifications, you're studying different things. How is it then possible that you don't study sales and marketing and actually what it takes to make a real business? And thinking that you're just going to figure that out by yourself when the rest of the people who actually succeeded studied those things. Is it that we are too good to ask for help? Is it that we are feeling that, well, I should just know it because everyone's just doing it? Nobody knows. The only people who succeed, they study sales, they studied marketing, they got support, they got coached and trained. Serena Williams is one of the best in tennis. She has more than 30 people on her team. If you say, well, I already have a business coach, I already have a mentor. If you already have a business coach and a mentor and you're not having the success that you're having, maybe you should get another one. What are we waiting for? And maybe that person is great at energy, but they don't have a technical team and Facebook ads and all different support. So you are not giving yourself the permission to actually win. In what area are you missing a roadmap and you're not giving yourself the permission to win? Feel free to share in the chat. Where are you not even asking for the price? Not even sitting in the room and saying, if I would get help by you, how would that look like? Is it in your health, in your home, in your relationship? Is it in your skills? Is it in your business? Is it in around money? If you have money blocks, are you working with a money coach? Or are you asking for that support? Maybe you're not liking this conversation, but it comes from love. Ask yourself this question in the chat. And having only one mentor being everything for you is like having a partner who has to be everything for you. Your partner cannot be your everything, your best friend, your co-founder, your life partner. Like me and Barack, we are so much for each other, but we cannot be everything for each other. We need other people. It's the same with your mentor. They cannot be everything for you. This is why it's great to have, in our case, minorities, because we are 6 people supporting you. You have a team, but you're putting the pressure of your business coach to be everything for you. That's that's a lot to ask from a person. They will never be able to live up to that. I say I can't afford support without even knowing how much, and I'd say it's unfaithful to have more than one person's expertise and support. Ooh, and that can change now. Now you get to remember, Serena Williams has 30 plus people in her team. If you want to play at that level, you're not going to work with one person being everything. Physical health coach. Tamara is sharing, I invited a friend of mine to know more about you. She told me she's already part of a similar program, except that she's building her program since January and is nowhere near launching it. I joined you guys 4 months ago and already launched because of your amazing ongoing support and guidance. You see, it's just a question of saying that it's fine. It doesn't matter if I have 10 people supporting me. Or either you find the one that really works for you, which in our space is like we go until you do. Or you also accept there's going to be different people will make it will pop at some point, and that's fine. You have 12 participants in your program now, Tamara? What? Oh my God. Okay, we need to talk. We need to talk. I want to hear more about it. I would like mentoring on resetting my nervous system, my health, relationship advice, physical training, and more. Yeah, so look at it. You know, this permission thing, it's crazy. I remember thinking, okay, singing lessons. I want to do acting lessons, singing lessons, Hebrew, all these things, all the skills that I'm learning. And I thought, what, how much can it actually cost? And I went online and I found people who were like charging 12 euros on the courses, 15 euros, 20 euros. And I said, wait a second, for like 50 pounds or euros per week, I can have 3 private lessons with 3 different teachers. And here I am thinking, how can I make it work? Like it was all in my mind. Many times we think it's going to be so much more than we don't really know how to do it. And it just all in our mind. I used to hitchhike many years. My ex-partner and I, we hitchhiked for 5 years. We didn't have a car. We traveled the whole world. Like I was in Turkey, in Russia, in trucks. Like I've traveled a lot, like with hitchhiking. And we didn't buy a car because we thought it's going to be too expensive until we didn't even look how much it would cost us to buy a car. And we realized that we can actually buy a car now and pay it off in 2 years. I said, how crazy it is that 5 years we didn't buy a car because we thought we cannot afford it. Or many times everyone is just like struggling with the co-working spaces and trying to find spots in like the cafes to work and they're paying for breakfast all day. Like I don't want to pay for a co-work. I'm just gonna keep eating this shitty food and just keep pouring coffee because they tell me that's what I need to do to stay. I go to the 5-star hotels and I just ask for a cappuccino. It costs the same thing as any coffee. And I'm just enjoying a whole lounge for myself because people just don't give themselves the permission to work in beautiful places. You see? Like we have all these crazy stories in our mind, and the reason why we don't do it is because we don't see the vision, but then when it comes to action, we don't get the support we need because we have these stories of I need to have one person doing everything for me. I cannot ask for help. Yeah, the story, I feel I need to start making money and I can do all those things. But the thing is, when you do all those things, you will make more money because you will be happier again. If you are going to reset your nervous system, you will allow more money to come in, Leonie. And then you will make more impact because your nervous system can hold more. So, coming back to Salima and talking about I'm doing all the things. When we do all the things, usually it has to do with the being. It has more to do with the being of blocking something. If we are doing all the things, that's why in our programs we do both, and this is why we are having this conversation, is that I would look at what part is blocking, because yes, there's probably more strategy, but maybe there's something else coming through that is not landing. I'm thinking about, I was having a chat with Danielle yesterday. We did a case study with her, one of our clients. She just sold her first spot for her group program, 4 times the pricing. And she was blocking that sale for quite some time because she was watering down her message. Her block was, I am not sure I can serve at the level I do in my one-on-one in person or in my groups in person like I can do online. And she was blocking her real magic because she said, if I give that, I cannot take care of them. So the survival, I cannot care for them. So therefore, I cannot give the full experience because therefore I will not be responsible. And we had one of the sessions, we do sometimes sprints, which is like 4.5 hours deep dive. And we were working with her, like we were massaging it for every corner. Some of you were there at that point. And then it clicked to her that, oh shit, I'm afraid to actually trust that they will be fine if I do some really deep activation around voice and liberation and something comes up, and that they will be able to go through that. Maybe some of you who work with somatic work, you can relate to that. So in that case, what happened was that she could clear that. And I think she has 7 sales calls today. She told me, she's like, probably gonna sell out and I'm gonna start doing, like, she just had this realization that, okay, I just need to shift my belief around me holding the space. I'm going to start speaking up completely the level that I know I can serve. And I'm not going to water down my magic anymore. Another client of ours who had issues with her Facebook ads, she works with spirituality, like very much about helping leaders to land their message into their body and then be able to be more spiritual aligned. And she realized that she was blocking because the first ads were not working. She was actually not saying the whole message. She was kind of watering down the real value of her work. And then at some moments she just got tired of herself and said, okay, enough of this. This is really what I do. This is really like, okay, if you don't feel like you're a human, then you should come into my session. Like if you think that you're an alien, come. Because I think you're an alien. And that you kind of landed in this, like, she really spoke in that way, you know? And her ad just took off and she sold her first spot like in 2 weeks for the group role. Why? Because she was not watching down her message. So many times, if you're doing the right things, especially if you're in our program, you're getting all the support for the ads and the tech and everything. It's not more of the technical part, it's the messaging. The messaging is not strong enough of what is the real transformation, what is the real outcome, what am I really doing? And that comes with confidence of I'm not gonna change your life, but you're gonna change your life in our space. You're gonna change. This is gonna be the one of the best experience in your life. And that comes with confidence, knowing that you can deliver an incredible experience online. Maybe this is landing, Salima, maybe not, but play with that. Is there something that of you can have more confidence in what I have to offer is so powerful that this is gonna really transform you. And even if it's online, I trust that I can do that in on a one-on-one and group. Okay, that would be really good. And with that comes my last piece of today that I want to talk about, which is the vision in alignment with the roadmap. So the vision is what you create. We work on vision together with you, and this is something that we really like. When I work with one-on-one clients, when I used to do it, I always did a vision session in the beginning because for me, I need to know what they do. When I speak with you one-on-one in the calls, when we do a one-on-one call together, then I always ask about your vision because I want to understand what you want before I share what I see. And then the roadmap is really where you come in and you get the support. Make sure that you get some mentor or some group support to do what you want to do so you are connected to that vision and that you stay on track with that. Look at someone that you really look up to that you think is in integrity with what they're talking about. They're living that lifestyle. So you have someone that is really able to show you the path that you want to model. Otherwise, you will be blocking something inside of you. And last but not least is the being. And here's where I want to talk shortly about this. This is an important one. Your being is going to lead the how fast or slow you go. Now, I believe that our being is powerful and more powerful than we want it to be. And sometimes we fall into a comfort that is keeping us small. And we fall into overbeing. There is such a thing as overbeing. There's such a thing as overdoing, but there's also such a thing as overbeing. And overbeing means that you are avoiding any doing. And then the story is that I don't need to be. I don't need to do because I am in my healing or I'm in my being or I'm in this. But it's an overbeing. Make sure that yes, you rest, yes, to take care of yourself, yes, you honor your body. But when you start falling into the overbeing and avoiding and procrastinating doing, then there's more an identity attachment happening with your ego. Meaning that any moment of feeling like I feel overwhelmed, if I hear someone say, I feel overwhelmed, is it not that your identity is shifting and there's new information and you're afraid to surrender to that? Think about it for a second. Overwhelm is just you trying to keep the same identity instead of just letting things be a bit, okay, it's a bit confusing right now, it doesn't matter, it's going to come together. Trust. Or disappointment, the being disappointed. I'm so disappointed right now. Well, disappointment is just fear. You're afraid that you are not going to reach the vision that you are seeing for yourself. Again, it's an ego attaching fear to what actually happened instead of seeing the bigger picture of where I'm going with this. It doesn't matter if it's not here now because I know, I trust my soul that it's going to happen. And the stories, this is the biggest one. The stories, the justification, why you're not doing, why you're not in your vision. Those I would be the most cautious with because they are the one that keeps you stuck in the current reality of either overdoing or overbeing. Because both exist. Overdoing also exists. Because we are afraid of what will happen if I don't do. But if I don't do enough, will I still succeed? And overbeing also. What if I actually do it? Will I still succeed? Will I still be able to live a life that of belonging, of feeling connected, of feeling loved? So those stories, I invite you as a homework today, and we're gonna finish here. Those stories are the ones that I want you to look at with deep intention today. To really go through this upcoming week and ask yourself what those stories are so you are able to start changing those stories and clearing up any justification, any false beliefs of your allowing permission to anything that you want to do. It all comes back to you, of you allowing, because it's already here. Your big life, bold life, your freedom, your connection, your love, your money, everything is already here. The only thing that's keeping you away from that are those stories of not giving yourself the permission. And you might say, well, it sounds so easy. It's easy, but doesn't mean that it's comfortable. Because seeing the truth in our face of actually everything that's happening for us is we are responsible for that. That's the toughest answer to all of this, is that I created this for myself. And if you created it, then you can also create the way out. towards the real vision that you want to live in. But it starts with taking action in alignment and moving in the pace that your soul can. So you're not pushing yourself, but you're also not falling into the overbeing. Okay? I'm gonna finish with this, and I want you to take a second to feel into all of this. How is this moment with me this morning landing for you? What's coming up for you? What did it bring for you? Write. We have 2 minutes together. I want you to write in the chat. Just really take a moment to write this down so you can start journaling on those questions. And as you will in the week ahead, look at the filters of how you see those things, where you're stopping, blocking allowance, permission to actually do this, and how you can start shifting those stories by the vision, by the roadmap of having someone supporting you with this, the community and the people who can really hold the space for you as you step into that, and at the same time how your being is resisting that, so you can clear that path as well and rewrite the story. You will also have the replay. I invite you to talk with us. I invite you to rewatch it this week, because you will have new things coming up, because you already cleared some things today, so you'll be able to re-clear other things as you re-listen. The program, Miriam. I can send you. I'll send you the. You can read the November group. If you just put November in the chat, I can send you the document for the ones who want. We can read here. We just we closed the October group. It was full. Let me just stop the recording. Actually. And we just opened November. We had the first person signing up already for November yesterday. So we are starting to open the group for November, end of the year. Karen is sharing, thank you for identifying and explaining the overbeing state. I never knew this was a thing, but it totally describes my normal state and how it links with my avoidance and lack of action, feeling overwhelmed. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to hear that, Karen, and you're so powerful being in this space and being so present. And well done. Re-listen to this. Take the time to journal on this, and it will come. Be soft with yourself, because it's all perfect, right? Everything up till now has been perfect, and everything moving forward. And it is already clearing because you're in the space. That's what I really believe. Things to think about. Nothing is clear as I feel ready for it all. My messaging feels like it may be the thing I definitely do. Overdoing, need to be in the being more. Yeah, Salima, I think that your being is needing to feel the permission to just be with yourself and let whatever comes up come up. I think there's a lot that wants to be released, and I know it's scary because the overdoing is a way to protect ourselves. I am a high achiever that has been working really hard to avoid my emotions many years, and learning to be, for us who do overdo, is the way out, and also it's a way forward. This is what's going to grow you into the real leadership that you have. So give yourself the permission to do something this weekend already, that you would not give yourself the permission to be. Maybe a spa, a sauna, or a nice walk, or just not having your phone on for the whole day. It's going to make a whole difference. Feeling proud and so grateful. What's landing for all of you? Anna Maria, we'll love to hear all of you in the chat. Amazing as always. Thank you for being here. And I'll put this recording up in the group. And please invite anyone in that you think should listen to the replay. It will be up for a week. And for our clients, it will be in the continuation in the portal. And I look forward to seeing you in the upcoming days after the weekend. Have a beautiful weekend. Thank you for being here. Take this with you. I love you all. And thank you for trusting me in this process of guiding us towards more boldness and bigness. I love you. Bye. Take care. See you soon.